when we was working on 112, we come in the studio and we hearing this weird sounding music, man. We was like, the hell is that? And it was in that D room. It was in the C. It was a C room. It's a C room where Dallas put us at from the beginning. Remember I was telling you when he first signed us, he had it. So we hearing it bumping, and they had the door open so whoever was going through could actually hear the music. And it was Joe. He was singing a song. It was like R&B and R&B funk, Earth, Wind and Fire harmonies going. He was like, it sounded like Joe. So we wanted to work with Joe. No, I think we already worked with him on the first album.
Okay.
So Beautiful, all that stuff, that album right there.
Yeah.
Nothing Like Me, or I can't remember, man. That album did good too, 4 million. But anyway, we go in the studio. It was on my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, man, who was that? I go back there, man, and I saw Pharrell and your man, you know what I mean? They were really, he's a little bit younger than me and Bob. And I peeked in and I was like, hey, yo, man, that's sounding really, really good, man. And it was like, thanks, man. So then I walked away. So there, it was a water fountain right there before you go to the bathroom. Yeah. And then here comes Pharrell out real quick. He was like, hey, man, because we was in the Vibe magazine of the up-and-coming producers. He was like, are you Bob or Tim, man? And I'm like, how you know that, man? He said, because I saw y'all in the Vibe magazine, man. I was like, oh, okay, I'm Tim. And he was like, hey, yo, man, I'd love it, man, if y'all listen to some of the music, man. Just see what we got. So I go. I said, all right, I'll be right back. Go and get Bob. They showed us 5, man. We was just like, okay, these dudes are some different. They go to some weird stuff that don't even supposed to match. They making it match with the words. I'm like, they can be different. We can have them signed over here under us, right?
Wow.
So Dallas was in his bed. He had a bedroom in the studio in between A and the B room. We go in there with Dallas. We said, hey, yo, D, it's these 2 little dudes, man, that we got that was in that little C room. I said, hey, man, they played us like 5 or 6 joints. Yo, man, you got to come hear this stuff, man. He was like, all right, I'll be there in a minute, right? So he was already talking on the phone as it was. So when Dallas said he'd be here in a minute, he got to get all prepared, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So he can hear it right, you know. So it's crazy, man. He comes back, and I said, hey, yo, play the first one y'all played is the one y'all was with Joe. That the one with Joe. And so Pharrell was like, all right, okay. So he plays that one. Everybody in bobbing their head, man, right? Dallas was just sitting there, just looking at his phone. You know what I mean? Then they go to the next one. He's like, when he do that, we already know, because we've been around him now long enough. When he do that, he ain't coming back.
Oh.
He didn't like it. So then they still playing like another one. Then Pharrell turned the music down. He's like, did he like this? He's like, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know, man. But we was like, I'll tell you what, though. We're going to be in New York, because they told us they was from Virginia. We was like, we're going to be in New York in another 2 weeks. If y'all can make it to New York, I said, Diddy, Puffy. I said, y'all know a dude named Puffy? They got the Craig Mack and all that. And I was like, yeah. Like, y'all can make it there in 2 weeks at where was it at? Where was we at? I don't think we was at Daddy's house yet. We was at a Battery or some studio where we can walk to it. So we said, y'all meet us there first, and we'll keep in contact. And when y'all get there, y'all call us. We was like, all right, cool. So we didn't even tell Puff or nothing, right? Now, this is how it happened simultaneously. That's what's crazy, because they worked it out so we can get to New York, and then we met Pharrell and them, and we didn't even know they was the Neptunes. We met them. Yeah. So now we're working on Come See Me. Remember the song Come See Me? We working on that. And here they come in the room, because the receptionist told us they was coming up. They come up. They sitting in the back. So Puffy just, we all bobbing our head, man. Can't, everybody's smoking, can't see. It's just smoky, can't see nothing. You know what I mean? We just like bobbing our head. So then I said, Puff, take these 2 dudes. And then, no, we was at, now I remember, we was at Daddy's house, his studio. I said, take these little dudes and go to another room and listen to their music, man. I said, you're going to bug out, man. I'm telling you, these some little talented dudes, man, right? Yeah. So he's like, okay, I'll do it in a minute. So we just bobbing our heads, whatever. Because back then we was basically like part of Bad Boy, because, I mean, we was doing everything now. Carl was from, you know what I mean, our parts of the way. Mario, you know what I'm saying? Being 12. So basically, we bringing all the R&B now. So he go in another room. So now Pharrell comes back. Nah, you can get on your knees. You can do this. So Pharrell's on the ground doing that. We was like, what? He was like, yo, Puff, like 3 of our joints, man. 3. Wow. He was like, for real? He was like, yeah, man, he like 3 of them, man. And that's rare, man. Puffy he'll next you in a minute. You can play like 30 seconds of it, he'd be like, next.
Oh, man.
Next. Oh, yeah. He used to kill that. Ask anybody that was make a long story short, that why you over here looking at me? That was one of the tracks that they was playing for Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas was like, what is this? So that made it on Mace's album. That was the first placement, man.
Yeah.
So then, after that, then they did one on Total, right?
Yeah.
No, they did 2 on Mace, I think, and then 1 on Total. Those were the 3 that they played for Dallas back when we was asking Dallas.
Wow.
Now skip up. We knew one of the dudes. I think it was at Brian's label or something like that. So we was just telling everybody about him now when we was in New York. Make a long story short, we had them go somewhere, man, and some kind of way they ended up with Noriega's, whoever he was with. And then this, then that came out and they was gone. So now we didn't even see him for a long time, yo. We move out here and we go in the record plant and we see Pharrell. Pharrell was like, got on the ground, did the same thing. I still remember he was like, hey man, y'all could have easily signed this, something dumb, man. I just want to thank y'all, man. He was like, man, it was God's plan, man. I wouldn't sign. We couldn't sign him anyway. We'd have to ask Dallas because we signed with Dallas. Yeah. But yeah, man, like that's how 112 and Pharrell together, like how it happened. It's the weirdest thing, man. But wow, stuff like that just happened throughout me and Bob's career, man. Like one thing